Welcome to day 3. I almost said 2. 3 of Vlogmas. And today we're going to do something not so much Christmassy, but gifts. So gift giving is a big part of our business this time of year, especially when it comes to custom gifts. Now, I know a lot of people, they kind of don't like to do them, they shy away from them, but honestly, if you can and you have the equipment set up to take those kinds of orders, you should, because later on it might build on to other things, right? So the good thing about being able to do customs is that you get to branch out a little bit more and kind of focus on what people really want, and there's no guesswork to it. You know, they come to you, they kind of tell you what they need, and you can facilitate it, which is the best part of it. So we have a custom order that came in a little bit ago, and now we're getting ready to do part of it. We have most of the order done, but Jeremy is going to actually take over this video, and he's going to be showing you what he's going to do. So let's stop talking. Let's go ahead and walk over there and see what he has going on. All right.
Okay, so today we are filling an order for some custom hats I think it's for a gift, but a custom order. And so a few things to cover before we actually make the hat. We went ahead and ordered this 5-panel hat instead of a 6-panel, because we are going to put a design over the front of the hat that's going to go in the middle. So these are going to be, we're going to use the direct-to-film transfers for this design here. You can see when I went to print these out here in shop, I did go ahead and print 2 different sizings because I just wanted to make sure when I went to put it on the hat that which one was going to work the best for the shape of the hat and obviously be the biggest design. This is a little bit smaller, but when we went to do a test on this, we were able to go ahead and use the larger design. Again, we're going to use this 5-panel hat that does not have the middle seam there, so we can lay that in there. It's a little bit tougher if you use the 6-panel hat, trying to cover that seam there. Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes it may not turn out as good as you want it to turn out. So we went ahead and just did the 5-panel hat setup. So when we go to press this today, we're going to use the Fusion IQ hat press. It's a really nice quality press. It has this soft, heated form to put the hat on. I'll show that in a second. And it has a really nicely formed heating element as well. So we'll get into actually putting this onto the hat. Going to go ahead and take this out. Some people leave this in. I don't prefer. I prefer to not. I am going to just put this directly over here on there. Some people will take this and bend this out around that edge. So it just depends on the hat and what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and put the hat on there and just let this heating element start to warm up the thread in the hat. It's a good idea to just kind of let the hat warm up on the heating element just for a little bit. Kind of rub it and warm up the material. So this helps the adhesive on your transfer stick easier and better to the hat, just making sure the hat and the fiber is nice and warm before you get started. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this lever here to put some tension under the hat to hold it. Got to pull it down a little bit farther. Sometimes you need to just pull this slightly down, make sure that you've got it in position. You want this to come all the way down across the hat, but of course it needs to completely cover that edge but not be too far under there so it won't shut. So you're going to have to just do a little bit of testing on that to make sure that's okay. You don't have to pull it all the way shut. Now, so when we go to put our transfer on, like I said, I'm just letting this warm up as well while I'm showing the transfer. We're going to try to get the middle of the transfer, top and bottom, just like that. We are going to use a couple pieces of heat tape. The heat tape that I have right now is not the best. It doesn't have the absolute best sticking power, but it's going to do the job for this. So I'm going to get a couple pieces of that. Because with hats, it's a little bit harder because of the flex of the hat to keep it in place. And I am going to use that middle point there as a guide here with the middle of the hat. I'm going to put it pretty close down to the bottom of the hat, but not all the way to the bottom. This design again does take up the full size of the hat for the most part. And again, like I said, this tape is not the best quality tape.
If you have any suggestions on tape, if you make things and you have some better heat tape, like from Amazon, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, because we've used a couple different ones. And on the hats, it's a little tougher because of the flex of the hat. I've got a good space down here along the bottom of the hat. Try to make it as even as possible. And once that's on there, stuck really well, I am going to use a small heat pad here that did come with the Fusion. I'm going to cover that really well there. And so now when we go to press, with direct-to-film transfers, you're doing about 290 to 305, around 10 to 15 seconds. We always use 15 seconds. And then this bottom temperature is the 225, 220, 230 is the heat inside of the bottom part here. So that's the heat that's under the hat. All right, so 15 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and do that first press.
I guess we should also say that we made our own transfers, because I'm sure somebody will ask.
Yeah, so we do print all of our direct-to-film transfers in our own shop. And the pressure there was nice, good, firm pressure. Going to take that out. We're going to take the hat off of the heat, and we're just going to let it cool down. Now, our transfers that we make, they are instant heat pill transfers. But that is on most fibers. When I do the hats, I like to let the adhesive cool down a little bit and then pill, just to make sure that it's bound to the hat well, and I'm not concerned with it. Most of the time though, I can pill these instantly, but I just don't like to take the chance. See that didn't transfer. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably press this without this foam pad. Because it just didn't get enough heat. So I'm going to repress it. First time I did one first hat already here. I pressed it without the pad and did a repress with the pad. So I was curious to see if that was going to work the other way. Alright, so now it got enough direct heat. I can see it down here where it's pressed well. I'm going to let it cool just a little bit. I didn't want to directly press it because it gives a little bit more heat to the hat, but that's kind of what you might have to do with direct-to-film transfers on the hats. I'm trying to get a hold of it. Now I want to make sure it does stick. And it's not. Let me take it from this side. My main thing is just getting it off of the hat, and then I can repress it. Alright, there we go. So I am going to give it a repress here, just to make sure it does press and stick completely to the hat. I'm going to cover it with the protective pad there. I'm going to give it a full 15-second repress, just to make sure it's completely bound to the hat. Hats are not always the easiest to do with direct-to-film transfers, but they do work really nice. You just got to get the hang of it. And every transfer design can be a little bit different. Alright, so there's 15 seconds repress. And you just want to kind of check around if you can see in the light there where you can see the fibering throughout the design. And that means it got everything pushed down and it's in the fiber. It's not going to go anywhere. Obviously, the hats are not flexing and stuff a whole lot. So it's not going to have to take a lot of flexion. But it's on there really good. It's got a really good, nice feel to it. And it's a perfect gift item. So if you're looking for opportunities in your shop or things to sell, direct-to-film transfer hats is a great option. You can put all kinds of designs on there. Again, you can use this 6-panel hats as well. But when I do these, a lot of times we'll just use a side panel design instead of trying to go over the seam. That's why we did, again, the 5-panel setup here. So you've got that full surface, not having to deal with a crease there. All right, so that's our Vlogmas day number 3.
Yeah.
Session here. A great gift idea.
Oh, and if they're interested in custom hats, let us know.
Yeah, and if you're interested in custom hats, check us out. We can order just about any type of hat to get a hold of it. And then, of course, designs, we're really open for that as well. So check us out for that. Obviously, we have all the equipment to do a finely pressed hat.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right, while he's finishing up on this hat order, I just want to say thanks for stopping in and watching day 3 of Vlogmas. Like always, if you can hit that like button, if you're watching from an area where you could subscribe or follow, please do that. And we'll be back tomorrow with day 4. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, but if you have any suggestions or something you would like to see in the comments, let us know. I do know I've been getting some questions about embroidery, so that could be tomorrow's hot topic. I'll see you guys tomorrow.